people where you are allowed to be, as simple English as like, be naked emotionally with. People who you don't have to wear filters. People who would accept you being the blunt, being the emotional sensitive person, being your secret keeper, being the confidant where you will be sharing everything without feeling, oh, I will be judged. Female friendships are tribes for life.
Whether it is marriage or it is friendship, is actually to become friends first. Because when you are friends first, your expectations from each other somehow are lessened.
But is it easy to stay friends for longer term when you become parents and all? Somehow,
I think that's the only thing that's going to carry the marriage through. Because if you're not friends, if you're only lovers, the physical part of it is going to wash away after some time. You're going to get old. The bodies are going to get soggy and not so pretty. That excited first few years of love is also washes away. What stays is the companionship and the friendship. When it comes to expecting certain things from your partner on the level of friendship, yes, men, I think they have lesser capacity to listen to us.
To be emotionally available. That's what
and I think it's just something that this entire generation, and it's MC. This problem is as old as the world. Men are not multitasking by nature. They have to go hunt, bring the dish. Done with the task.
Yes.
Women were built to be multitasking. It's cooking, it's kids, it's taking care of the cave. It's also looking that nobody steals my man. There's so many things that are going on in our brains all the time. So we're built to be multitasking. So of course our capacity for listening is much more broader than that of a man. But
Welcome to Heal with Zainab, space where we come home to ourselves. Today's episode is extremely close to my heart because two of my most favorite people, my closest friends, and my true soul sisters are joining me in here. We have shared clothes, laughter, tears, and major life milestones. And anyone who is watching this episode right now, I just want, the reason why I have, come up with this episode is that the women friendships and their impact on our overall well-beings, why friendships are incredibly important, why sense of community is so important for our mental health, our emotional health. And if you think you are someone who is struggling with friendships, or even if you have a good circle of friends, but you don't know how to navigate through it because we go through so many challenges, even we have long-term friendships, then do not miss this podcast. So we have two lovely women over here, starting from someone who is sitting on my right side, is someone who is a powerhouse. She is the energy booster who runs without caffeine and feels completely okay. She will never ever let you be bored because she has a list of activities to do. She is Vedat Abdul Hadi.
Hi, Zizia. Thank you so much for having us on this podcast.
Thank you for coming here.
We're so proud of you.
And we have on my left side someone who is an amazing planner, perfect organizer. She brings luxury with elegance, but with a little bit of drama, but in the most elegant way. She makes sure all our plans actually take place in the most fabulous way. This is Medina Matthew.
Thank you, Zizi.
Thank you so much for joining us in. By the way, I am not thankful. I just told them they have to come, so they have to come. So this is just a very formal thing that we are doing. But thank you for coming and whatever. So women friendships. By the way, our friendship started. We have been friends, but actually the bond began during the COVID times, when we actually spent time. And in Dubai, it's not easy to spend time together because everybody's working, everybody's busy. So COVID actually pushed us together to force us to be with each other because that was our survival. And there we came to know that, okay, like how naturally we clicked each other. So starting with the...
I think we just need to add that we are neighbors, and usually in Dubai, neighbors
that's
don't get
why.
along, and this is where we started.
Yeah, that's why, of course, in COVID time, the reason why we got along, because we were neighbors, we were next door neighbors. And yes, in Dubai, next door neighbors, like we really don't know each other's names.
Actually, sorry, I have a correction.
Yeah.
We did not become friends because we're neighbors. We became friends because of our kids, specifically your child. So let's give him the right credit.
That's
okay.
true.
No, thank you.
We used to knock everyone's door. And
Thank you for knocking on our doors.
Exactly. So coming to women friendships, I know our friendships have really grown in this 5 years. We have been through some challenges as well. My question is, according to you, starting with the youngest maybe, what do you think, what is women friendships are for you? And why it's so important to have a women friendship?
It's a very dear topic to my heart, but at the same time, something that I'm not particularly comfortable talking about, because as growing up, I didn't know what female friendships are. I grew up as a very tomboyish girl, and it was way more comfortable for me to be friends with the boys rather than with the girls. I can comfortably say that you two are probably when it comes to friends, like not blood relationships of course I have my sister-in-law, I have sorry to all my other besties. But yeah, on this very deep level, I have very, very few female friends, and I was only able to develop these relationships as I grew older. And for a lot of girls, as we are growing up, there's just so much of competition. When we are teenagers, we're so insecure. And I think the real friendship, whether it's female or it's male, it actually blossoms when we find the security within us. But also when we provide the actual space for being vulnerable. So what has happened during COVID is we had so much of vulnerability within us, but we were also so comfortable with each other, And we were also, in a way, we became kind of matured. Both of you were way more mature than me, but yeah, there was a lot of trust. Why it's important, I think any friendships are important.
Yeah.
Whether they're male or female. Having a friend is... I'm going to go a bit philosophical over here, but I was just recently listening to one of the podcasts by one of my favorite philosophers, Alan Watts, and he was talking about the relationship between Arjuna and Krishna, and he was drawing this very beautiful parallel that how your friend is actually your mirror, your friend is your servant, and he was referring to the charioteer, and your friend is also like a god to you, because you can come openly and pour your heart out. Yeah. So your friend is your servant. Your friend is your mirror. Your friend is, in a way, you have this kind of a godly, sacred relationship. And I'm talking about a very, very deep friendship, the actual
who can give you very harsh reality checks for sure.
Raw friendship.
Yes.
So it's important for anyone who wants to do the self-reality check. Totally. Because it takes a real friend to tell you on your face when you're going wrong. It takes a real friend to come and knock at your door when you know that they're in some real deep stuff.
Yeah, that's why you avoid her, because she's the one for us who knocks and so you need to see the reality. What about you? What do you think about and what I mean? I know you have a lot of friends. So maybe you agree with whatever she's saying, but in this all this years, what women friendships have played an important role in your life? Because I know you have sisters. She did not have a blood sister, but you had sisters. So how it is different for you having a real sister friends, and I know they're very good friends and stuff, or on the contrary, having the friends who are not your real sisters, but they become more close in life. How it is different?
I would say actually, as Medina was starting talking, the only thing, the flashbacks that I had is my cousins, and we have grown up in balanced family setup. We were the tomboys. We were allowed to be feminine, playing with Barbies and everything else. But I would agree with Medina, as we are growing older, the criteria of choosing the female friends change. And one of the things that you would be actually feeling is people where you are allowed to be, as simple English as like, be naked emotionally with. People who you don't have to wear filters, people who would accept you being the blunt, being the emotional sensitive person, being your secret keeper, being the confidant where you will be sharing everything without feeling, oh, I will be judged. I would say I am blessed with having you as soul sisters. I do have my sisters by blood who are also my close female figures and wise ladies around, and the bigger circle of friends. But if I would say it in one word, I think female friendships are tribes for life when they are chosen out of not in a place of void, not a place of seeking validation or being like seeking attention, but rather being your partners for this journey of life, evolving, growing, and facing
and do you feel
your
the reason
wrath.
why we cannot be, I mean, we cannot have that kind, I mean, I will not say we cannot, because I know sisters who are really, really closely connected, but you think there is still something that is lacking because of maybe this fear of being judged, like you said. When you are close with your family, it's different kind of closeness, because there is still some sort of, oh, can I be that vulnerable, because they know this is my childhood, they know my traumas, they will not perceive it in a different way. How my friend can be completely neutral towards it, right?
No, 100%. And I think the other thing is we are the only judge to ourselves. So as we have lived so much together, and maybe I'm just addressing our friendship and our relationship, we have lived so much together to a point that mask after masks were falling off, that allowed us to be honest and be vulnerable without being judged, where with our family, with our sisters, we still carry that mask.
Mask is there.
Yes. It's like, if I say that, would it fit the family values? Would it fit the family,
Yes. Yes.
Bible, or
Yeah,
they hadn't agreed and unspoken about guidelines, where sometimes you feel, I would like to be myself, far away from everything that we have, not being raised upon, because we definitely have the same value system, but being open to address the adult female lady that
Yes.
you evolved to be,
Yes.
which is very few who would have access to that.
Yes.
And sometimes you feel fear of judge from the family members.
Yeah. What do you guys think about, because I feel like there's so much burden on our partners or on our romantic relationships, and it's a very, very common thing, because we all somehow, no matter which nationality we belong to, we all grew up with putting a lot of burden on our romantic relationship partner, that, oh, he has to be there emotionally available to us, which is fair enough. I guess we deserve, because we have to live together for I don't know how many years. He should be. But it comes with so many other things. Oh, you should be my best friend. You should be there emotionally. You should be there financially, and this and that. Don't you think that friendship somehow, this female friendships, takes that burden away from a man, and it's okay if your soul sisters can be female friends, and maybe your partner is not capable of that, or you think women are better in emotional availability as compared to your partners? Have you experienced that? Or, I mean, I know it might be subjective.
I'm blessed because I'm also friends with my husband. So that question is not exactly applicable to me. And actually I think my criteria in life, whether it is marriage or it is friendship, is actually to become friends first. Because when you are friends first, your expectations from each other somehow are lessened.
But is it easy to stay friends for longer term when you become parents and all? Somehow,
I think that's the only thing that's going to carry the marriage through. Because if you're not friends, if you're only lovers, the physical part of it is going to wash away after some time. You're going to get old. The bodies are going to get soggy and not so pretty. That excited first few years of love is also washes away. What stays is the companionship and the friendship, and that's where the real juice, the real gold of any relationship, whether it is with people do say that don't build businesses with your friends and stuff. But to a certain extent, you also need to be friends with your business partners, right? Because if you don't have that trust, then how can you build anything together, right? And I think in any relationship, the friendship is that first foundation. When it comes to expecting certain things from your partner on the level of friendship, yes, men, I think they have lesser capacity to listen to us.
To be emotionally available. That's what.
Yeah, and I think it's just something that this entire generation, and it's MC. This problem is as old as the world. Men are not multitasking by nature. They have to go hunt, bring the dish. Done with the task.
Yes.
Women were built to be multitasking. It's cooking, it's kids, it's taking care of the cave. It's also looking that nobody steals my man. There's so many things that are going on in our brains all the time. So we're built to be multitasking. So of course our capacity for listening is much more broader than that of a man. But again, coming back to your question, it's important to have your friends because they are your outlet for venting out. They are your outlet for sharing happiness. You cannot burden just your husband or your partner, your boyfriend with this particular task, right? Then you're just loading too much of information on one person, right? And it's the same with us. If we meet too frequently, there's also going to be this kind of
some friction,
familiarity breeds contempt. So it's bound to happen. So balance is the key for everything.
But not everybody knows how to do balance. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. What about you? What do you think about this? About
I think
putting too much burden on your romantic partners.
I actually I was the word balance was keep popping up in my head. I think the romantic partner. I totally agree with Medina. Definitely trust and having communication, and the relationship of romantic partner should not be only limited to the household responsibilities, but really building deeper connection with that romantic partner. But women are people of gathering, people of community. We are the tribe maker. We're the community builder. It's not the men. And with that being said, maybe I'll just go back to a bit of history in where I come from in Palestine, where usually men go to their work and ladies just sit down and do coffee, do their cross-stitching activities, because for us, we have 50,000 words that we have to speak. And men don't have the tolerance to listen to this.
Exactly.
So it's important to have that.
They can in the first 2 years.
They do. Actually, they act. They cannot. It's good to wear that mask for 2 years, but no, they cannot. They do that because they love you. But apart from that, actually having a balance of your relationships between family, friendships, marriage, and career. The modern woman is wearing so many masks. Not so many. She's wearing so many hats. And having a female friendship is usually, or female friends, usually the cushion of, I would say, release, the cushion of comfort and ease that will be finding herself walking to her friends to vent out, whether about work, about relationship. It's maybe I repeated that in the first question, but they're heaven. Female friendships are heaven for us as women.
Yeah.
And I think that requires a lot, like any other relationship, requires communication, respect, understanding your boundaries. But the most important is you're self-aware. How much are you ready to give to your romantic partner as an expectations? And same, how much are you expecting from your female friends?
Like in ancient times, there used to be a red tent circle. There was like community where women sit together in a circle and share and went out, and it was there. So there was a less burden on man who is coming after hunting and, I don't know, killing a bear or whatever, or wars, right? Then they are, after coming from a war, I don't think he's in a position to listen to your, okay, that girl has called me ugly. Like, you know, he'll be like, just, you know. But now I feel that there's a lot of burden. Again, there's too much distractions. People are like just going in a race, both men and women.
Yeah.
So that is also, I feel that over the period of time, women friendships are way more critical. But at the same time, it's also getting very complicated. Have you experienced this? Because both of you guys work and you have really good position in what you do. And in that senior position with a lot of power and good amount of money when you are earning, do you feel it somehow limits you somewhere? Like, you know, it's difficult to be friends with women when you reach to a certain position, because then you have to hold that, I don't know, that authority or that position. You cannot be vulnerable, especially at workplace. I feel it might be tougher. Or you think it's not?
I think in corporate place, you definitely cannot bring your own true self to the environment in all cases. Not to mention really building, I would say, a tight friendship there.
You can build a relationship.
You can build
not
a relationship,
that
but yeah.
yes.
But I would say, and based on my experience, the female friends that I have really built over the years from corporate world are the people who have evolved in the same, I would say, wavelength.
Yes.
Where you feel like you're evolving, your value system, like your value pillars are the same, but you are, your vision for life, your vision for relationship is the same. People are ready to put effort, but as well, they are comfortable with their own skin. Because ladies with power, we tend to be boss ladies, or we've been called names. And again, the person who's very bubbly, happily in the workplace, I'm sure that people were going to listen. I was like, this is definitely not Widad, because she brings her true self to the market and to the corporate. But yeah, it's hard to build female friendships in workplace unless the person in front of you is vulnerable enough to open up as well.
Yeah, and that maybe that person will not take you seriously because you're showing vulnerability. What do you think? You have the same opinion like hers, or?
See, when it comes to work, a lot of people say that, work is like family, and this is my second home. I think people are putting too much of expectation at workplace, and then they themselves get hurt again. At the early stages of my career, I kind of almost fell into the trap, but then again, thanks to very good friends, and
then you realize it cannot be family. You just come to the reality.
Yeah. It was like, there was this small reality check, and I'm glad that it happened at the very early stage, because it taught me a very important lesson that when it comes to your workplace, bring just enough to build good work relationships, and I would be very careful when it comes to exposing some personal topics or emotional conversations.
Or that could be used against you.
Not even against you, because I think like the next day you yourself will start feeling and judging yourself that, why did I do that? Like, did I share too much? You are your worst judge, right?
Yes.
And the last thing I would want is to just, keep overthinking that, why did I say too much? Again, balance, right? Like, you should not be this cold stone person who doesn't of course share, but share just enough. Like, you don't need to bring your skeletons and dirty laundry for a public display. And of course, bring kindness, bring
she's the queen of balance, for those who don't know. If you ever wonder why she keep talking about balance, because she can talk about it easily, because work-life balance, mother-life balance, party-life balance, she can
fully embodied.
But do you feel
thanks to you? Okay.
Thanks to us, really? Because we are balanced, are we?
I am
No. We are here or we are here?
Yes, so looking at both of you, this one is crazy obsessed with work, and you are this crazy
I believe in
obsessed with
slow life.
spirituality,
I love my
slow life.
slow
So I'm like,
life,
I should be somewhere in between You know,
I don't want to be.
Yeah,
This is too slow for me. This is too fast.
too
for me.
fast. Like,
I want to drive in a central lane. Thank you.
thank you. Feeling very protected.
She's
from
like,
both
I
sides.
want best of both worlds.
Yes,
Little
yes.
bit of this, little bit of that. That's it. Which is actually a good thing as well. To be
Yeah.
honest, sometimes we tend to be balanced, but then we can't hold it too
10
much.
10 seconds is the maximum
I
that I can
remember-
hold balance.
I remember
hold.
Zainab's face at real estate. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I can't.
How
do
long
it.
did it take
And
you?
I remember with
Hardly
that.
2 months to
2 months,
realize.
yeah.
It
And
was
I remember
still too
with
fast.
Dad's face at home, that was a disaster also.
Yeah.
And that was good. You had some really nice cakes
had the
baked for
pastry.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
100%.
Even
But at some point of time, there was
she-
so much of pastry.
at home,
I
she
was
found
like, listen.
activity.
Every time at home, you were coming home with
Yeah.
the smell of the
Yeah.
cake.
At
Baking
some point
it-
of time, it started to
Yeah.
feel like it's a bakery shop because
bakery
she has so much of energy, it needs to go somewhere.
At home, she had an activity plan. Today we will bake cake.
It has to be.
But do you feel it's because one of the other factor is not only at workplace but generally, how about women competing with each other? I know that nowadays, since last 4 or 5 years, there's a lot talked about women empowerment, women empowering each other at workplaces and friendships. Is it actually happening at workplace or it's just a talk? I want an inside.
I come up
There are a lot
from.
Is it really happening? Like
You wanna go
really
first?
women
Go
are.
No,
first.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go
ahead.
first.
No, go ahead.
You have richer corporate experience.
I
Who will
come,
break the secret first?
no, I come from a company that we have an inclusive, diversified workplace.
MashaAllah.
No, but seriously, I think it all
No,
goes.
definitely. I'm not saying
There's-
that,
yeah.
that leak the secrets of your company you work with. No, but generally, you have worked in so many companies. Overall perspective, you see women, you observe women, you observe maybe yourself as well. Sometimes you want to empower other women as well, but then you're like, okay, but she's not being nice to me, or I don't know. Do you
Yeah.
feel that competition is there?
There's definitely the competition, and the other point of women empowerment and she for she or woman for woman. They're all nice,
Slogans.
slogans.
Slogans, okay.
And I think with the feminism and everything that comes with it, women start feeling that they're the boss, even to a point that they're the boss on their own gender. And with that comes a lot of, I would say, masks falling off, because you cannot be kind and be bossy. Being a feminine leader is about bringing your compassion, bringing your true self to the table, but also have every good masculine element to it, having the clear communication, having the strategy led. And women in leadership, I feel they're more trying to remove that and be fully embedded as masculine, where that shouldn't be the case. Let's just really embrace our femininity, embrace what really differentiates us with every...
You can still lead without being too
100%.
masculine. I agree.
Yeah,
yes.
lead with compassion, lead with authenticity, lead with sympathy toward what's happening with your colleagues or with other people. And that's where you really build the family culture that the corporates are talking about. But the other point, which is sometimes we fail or we fall into, is the victimhood of, oh, she's not nice to me or she's not kind. I think at a certain point of time, you really need to build the boundaries and sit with yourself and reflect on,
Why she's not nice to you?
yes. And no, the other thing is she not nice because you have done something to trigger her? And if that's the case, that's not your problem. Just be in your lane and focus on that. And that will help you in really building your personal brand in the corporate place.
Like typical with that, she has beautifully answered the question in the most diplomatic way possible.
Cisco will not sue you, don't worry. You are safe, honey.
So coming to you,
The NDA has been, it's
She's
NDA
like
proof.
very diplomat, very politically correct answer. So asking the same question, like
What was the question again?
the question is, do you experience that women are actually empowering each other at workplace, or it's just a slogan? It's actually not happening. On the face, it's happening. Oh, we are family, but are they supporting each other backhand?
I don't think it's really gender applicable. You know, if people want to support you, they'll support you. And there's a very I mean, common trend in all the corporates. And usually you will get supported if you are underplaying, when people don't see you as a potential threat. And
Doesn't matter man or women. If you're a threat, that would be a problem.
doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I mean, your gender is your gender, right? But then when you're promoted, you're not promoted based on your gender. You're promoted based on your work. You're promoted based on your relationships, on your reputation and stuff like that. Men can be equally as threatened by women, and also can be
Totally, yes.
very supportive of women.
Yeah.
Again, I've experienced both. My very first job at Emirates Islamic, I had a fantastic boss, and she was really a doll. She taught me so much. Again, Casio, I had Aboud, I had a male boss. He supported so much. So yeah, I experienced both, and I feel like it's again, it goes back to really developing those relationships, the trust. Sometimes when you will try to compete too much with your boss or with somebody who is, in the high position, of course they'll look at you like what do you know, right? So just sit down, learn, develop the relationships, whether it's with men or with women. I don't see this as a gender specific problem. I think it's a very movie or Twitter X sort of a situation where like, oh, she for she, or women for women, and all of that empowerment. It's a beautiful thing to put on your LinkedIn profile. But then again, even when we're celebrating Women's Day at corporate, what are we really doing? We're just, doing the same boring presentations. We're dressing in pink. We're gifting flowers. But okay, but how are we actually celebrating women?
Yes.
And I think the best way to celebrate women at the workplace is to acknowledge the fact that they have so much more balancing to do than men, and it's very challenging, because again, once a woman is and that's a fact. Once a woman is in a position of a manager or a head of a department or a CEO or whatever, the amount of judgment that she receives from the entire organization is way more if it were to be a man. That's just by default.
That's true, yeah.
So women, we know that. So we will always try to put like 150% more. And I think that's where the entire feminism movement had started. And that was a very beautiful trick played by the American corporates, because they realized you want a very responsible employee, hire a woman. Because she's so insecure, and she's going to work double or triple to prove herself so much. So let's squeeze them, because see, they're already good at multitasking. Okay. They can outsource the kids' care or child's care and all of that stuff. And once she's at work, with all due respect to all the organizations, but again, the amount of pressure on women at work is always much more because of that judgment, whether like, is she really capable? Is she going to answer that call when the kids are calling her? Is she emotional? Is she going to break down in the meeting?
Yes.
We always have this at the back of our head. But again, once we are our worst enemies. Once we release ourselves from these preconceived notions, from these constant questions like, oh, am I being judged? Am I not being judged? It's very comfortable, because again, you build that security within that, listen, I'm going to do as much as required from me. If I want a promotion, I'm going to put in more. I don't need to try and jump above my head just because I'm a lady and I feel insecure in a room of men. And that's going to be felt.
Yes.
They will always feel it. And the ladies will always feel it too.
Talking about judgment, how often do you feel that they are your friends, they are your very, very close friends, but you feel that I'm being judged by them for various reasons? And that is a very common thing we notice in women friendships, that, oh, you are my best friend, you're my close friend, you're my longest friend ever. But you see them judging you either on your career choices, on how you parent your child, in your relationships, or it can be anything, or how you look. Have you ever felt that?
No, personally, I did not. I don't think I've been in a relationship where
You feel judged.
Yeah.
You don't.
No, not really. I think being humbled in the way that you accept advices, and surrounded with really true souls who are really speaking out of concern or out of care and love.
You've been quite blessed then, I feel
Yeah,
like.
alhamdulillah.
Otherwise, in every women's friendship circle, there's always someone who you know that, okay,
Yeah,
this
but this
person
is-
is judging me, I know.
The minute that I
But I
started
think
feeling
she
judged,
grew-
I was like like
That's with
again,
her. She's like, okay, bye.
yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
outgrow it.
I can
just
go
walked
on.
away with it. I was like,
We
thank you
judge
so
each
much.
other. We judge each other, but we do it in a very
So
sarcastic
that
way.
is a very different kind of judgment.
yeah.
Like that is in a fun way, sarcastic way, or I
Yeah.
pick on your weakness and then I'm going to
Yeah.
make fun of you.
Yeah.
That's
But
very
this is part
different.
of like
That's a part of
that's part of
friendship.
the sisterhood, not part of
That's
the
a part-
friendship.
Yeah.
If it's a
But-
friend within the boundaries of the friend, you judge me.
Yeah.
You're out of
That
my
we are
circle.
constantly judging each other. Of course, we judged Vidad when she cut her hair. They judged me when I shaved my head.
Yeah.
We judge when she go crazy because seatbelt is not on. So
Seatbelt is being stuck.
seatbelt being stuck. Yeah.
When
In the
the
middle of the
kicks in,
traffic, she has to do it right away. So yeah, we judge, and then
But
that
again, it's
judgment
like-
is okay.
Yeah, but I think maybe because you're so comfortable with yourself, you don't take those judges into your heart. Like again, it depends on the relationship and the trust that you have built with the people around you. I take those as an advices. I never consider them as like, even if you judge me, whether getting a silk or a cotton pajama, you're just
That's
gonna live
fine.
with the choices. This is what you get. What you see is what you get. But no, if again, if you're gonna be very realistic, there's definitely a lot of judgments that happen between female friends,
Yes,
especially when they feel like I have the authority, I'm within her circle. She has like I have a say over what she does in her life, and you're as a person not self-secure, not self-aware. You're gonna be dragged into what the other person is saying to a point that you're gonna be living your life based on those advices rather than really following what your true self is, what's your beliefs, what are your value system, what are your ambitions in life. But taking people's experiences and filter what works for you and what does not will give you the chance to benefit and really take the best of all the advices that's been coming to you from all your female friends circle.
I think
you
you will only get judged to an extent that you judge yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
No
And
one
yeah,
can make you
yes.
feel judged unless you yourself
Totally.
not
So
judging
If I'm
yourself,
insecure about
100%.
something,
Yeah.
your one funny comment would also
Yeah.
trigger
Hurt
me.
you 100%.
Oh, she think, I'm fat. She
Yeah.
think I'm ugly. She think my hair. It's because I think like that. I mean, that is true for every relation, not
Yeah.
only in friendships.
And
I'll
even
be
allowing it to
triggered.
play in your head so
Yeah.
much to a point that you become believing it that it's your reality when it is not.
Yeah.
So really filtering what goes out, filtering what comes in your system from your friends or your romantic partner or your family. It depends on how much you're really willing to take that into your system and following and go ahead with it. But this is this
do you
for me.
feel that
So you
we-
have really thick skin.
Oh yes, she
Judge
has-
me all you want.
She has developed a quite thick
A
skin.
very thick skin.
Judge away.
I think we have experienced that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, thanks. That was fun.
But
Judging,
it's
not
like, do
going
you feel
through.
that we do outgrow friendships as well? And that's completely normal. I mean, we all had friends who are still amazing people, amazing friends maybe, but then you outgrow in a sense that when now you sit with them, you don't know what to talk because, they're very kind people, they're amazing people. And some people only linger on with these friendships because, like even if they can't get along anymore.
Yeah.
But because maybe like you said before, you are not at the same wavelength. What to do in that scenario? And have you ever experienced that kind of?
You just let it be.
Just let it be.
Yeah,
You
because
don't
see,
have to
if you
force
drift,
yourself to be with them.
why would you force yourself on anyone?
But if they are forcing themselves.
If they're forcing themselves and you don't want
But
to
in
connect,
their head, you are their
They're
best
best
friend.
friends.
so what to do?
I'm
if
sure you all
A
have
story-
experienced
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So what to do if you want to drift apart and the person
yes,
is
because
still...
you can't connect with them, and I don't know about you, but I mean I have experienced it in many of my friends, and maybe you as well. That in their head they are my best friend, but in my head I can't.
Yeah.
So what to do in that scenario?
You build the boundaries. And I think after a point, the person will understand.
Person will understand, yes.
Unless
yes.
they're like really clingy.
Yeah.
It's a different story. Then you just advise them to go
And
to
it's completely
Then you
okay to
advise them to
outgrow
go to
those
Heal
friendships.
with Zainab and take a consultation and upgrade yourself. And then
Even Heal with Zainab don't know what to do with those things. I'm sorry, I'm very good in giving advices how to build
I'm not
boundaries.
really good in
But then
applying
I'm
it in all my life.
she think that way. What to do now? How to tell her that okay, it's 1 hour. You can go home, please.
Yeah, the blunt person that I am. I think,
block them.
Yeah, not block them, but really build boundaries and being so.
She, without
nice.
telling them, she give that very strong vibe,
It's like-
energy, which is there on her face. She make that face like, and which person can you can
Just
repel
walk
a
away.
person off for sure.
No,
yes.
but again, going back to being kind and being authentic to yourself and being true to yourself.
Practice that.
I
It's
do
not just for
practice-
the podcast. I'm also compassionate, by the way.
I do. I'm very, very compassionate. But I think the way that I have outgrown certain relationships and really being from with that 1.1, 2.0, 3.0, now 4.0.
Now 4.0 for sure.
Pro Max.
Yeah. It's really putting boundaries, but keep the contact with all of these people because all of these are acquaintances. And those friends are ones you had really some nice memories with, you had some really good experiences with, some really good moments that you will always and forever cherish because they were at a certain point of time your mirror. They're the one who have catalyzed into the growth of what I accept and what I don't accept. But if I want to say in a practical way, sitting with those people and opening up, being rude, again, being blunt sometimes is not being rude. It's just speaking out your truth in the most authentic way. And if that does not come across because the person in front of you does not really process it or analyze it, then start being more blunt.
More what? More real.
More blunt.
More blunt. Okay.
And say, thank you so much. You've been a great friend. But I don't see us really
Have you done that?
have... No, usually people just stop from the first round of being
she
true
gives
self
that
to the
look
person.
and then they never approach her again.
Yeah. And I'm really usually tend to be a person who responds after a couple of days. So people who stick around are the true friends who stay around. But yeah.
Do you feel that our friendship has grown maybe and there was no competition and insecurity maybe because we are from different age, not a very biggest age bracket, but like she's in early 30s, you are in the mid, I'm in the late. So somehow I think we all come for our own share of experiences and also we come from a different country with different cultures. So there was no somehow, and another thing which I personally feel that really connected us, that we were on the same vibration of learning. That's what I thought. Like three of us had this burning desire of like, I want to grow, I want to evolve, I want to learn. And that is one thing which kept us like connected.
I think that's what has started us connected to each other, but it's not the only thing that kept us.
What do you think that really
Long.
connected for, like generally people who are watching this, that you think that this was, in this friendship, this was one thing that why I'm still sitting here and I didn't ghost them yet?
I don't think, which goes back to Medina's point, I don't think we allowed it, we did not let it go. We really...
You think there was a point where you wanted to let go?
No, it's not us. There's
She
certain
wanted to let go.
There's certain positions. There's certain positions. No, not really. I would never let go on you ladies.
She can disappear. She can
I'll
ghost,
disappear.
but then she will
disappeared
come
for 6
back.
months.
She'll
Yeah.
come back with these expressions.
Sorry, there was an upgrade. There is a new version now.
No, but seriously, I don't think we let go. And we never allowed our insecurities to come to the surface. Like
Until you have insecurities?
definitely. All of us have insecurities. All of us.
Come
but
on.
no, yeah. The planner in Medushka,
Yeah,
the
definitely.
knowledge worm in you. It's actually really nice material to judge people around and to judge them on. But those were always the... actually, that was the spice of our relationship. We accepted our differences. We loved each other for who we truly are. And when life has put us into the test of our friendship, we actually came back and we were true to ourselves. We opened up. We expressed our emotions. We expressed our expectations. And despite certain stages in our friendship where we were faced with disappointment, we came back and we talked about it. And I think this is what really differentiates an
what my
adulthood.
question is. What brought you back to this friendship?
Is me being accepted to be my true self, with no masks, with no filters, and feeling home. Actually, you're home to me,
Yeah.
ladies.
That is quite emotional.
Please take
you
that
can-
and
you
make
can
sure
cry.
you cut it.
No, you can cry. It's good for the podcast. Please cry.
No, I will not cry.
she will not.
I had the makeup on.
We'll
Maybe
make this
after.
video viral of look with others crying.
Always ready for it.
No,
huh?
I think we have spoken about it even before, that only those friendships last for forever where you are being real. I mean, that's what I have observed in my friend circle as well, that there were friendships where you were trying to be someone else. You were, I mean, even if you're real, but you're only, like you said, your entire masks are not shed. There is still one mask which I want them to perceive me in a certain way, or I have this little bit of fear of being judged, or I want to fit in this particular group, or I have to behave in a certain way. That friendships would never last. I think the reason that why we keep coming back to each other and why we feel like home, because I don't have to be someone else. This is me, and that's it.
Accept me, and
Accept.
this is the only way that we
That's
have.
the only way.
Accept us. We accepted
Yeah.
each other.
What is it for you that you think that this friendship is?
She's the
there,
one
like
who's
you're-
gonna cry.
You're holding.
You wish.
She can if she wants to. She has that
never know.
ability.
You never know. She's on that stage.
You have to just like
This
put
week,
her in that
yeah.
place. She can. Yeah.
Scoop.
My birthday
Scoop,
party is
scoop.
over. I think there are two very, very important key ingredients to this relationship, friendship, sisterhood. Number one being love. Just pure love with no expectations. And
There's
the way-
expectations of us to plan her birthday every year. But yeah.
yeah, that's
This is
only
for the
after we did,
podcast.
that's only after we planned birthdays for you. But it's okay.
Expectations are there, but there is no expectation. But secretly, I'm expecting you to do this thing. But if you don't do it, I will still love you. But I have expectations.
100%.
I will judge you, but I will love you.
Yeah, that's
But
fair
I will
enough.
judge you with love.
That's fair enough. Yes, I will judge you with love.
That goes up to my husband
I can
too.
show empathy for a few minutes. There might be a reason, but secretly, I hate you for not doing it. And sometimes some people even forget to wish birthdays. Imagine.
Yeah,
Don't
that
forget.
happened. That
Yeah.
happened.
Ouch, when?
Move forward.
See, move forward.
She hasn't
It's already passed. Archived already.
It's okay. She was on the upgrade season.
Upgrade
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
Upgrade season 2.
Yeah. Forgiven.
Because so much love. You
That's
see?
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much love. Like, who do you forgive for forgetting your birthday? Anyways.
So one is love.
So love, yeah, like really, jokes apart, a lot of love and the space just to be yourself. So no judgment. We've done some ridiculous things in front of each other. This is not to be spoken on the camera. But yeah, maybe for season 2.
Yes.
If you want to tune in.
Teaser.
Yeah. And I think you can do this only in front of the people who feel not even home, who feel like your soul. Because sometimes even at home you can't do certain things.
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely you can't do them.
We have kids.
You're always welcome to come to mine.
Yeah. And like Bali trip, I think that was the peak and the epitome of the the breaking of the remaining shells, whether it is
Yes.
I mean for each of us, right?
Yeah.
That was like this,
Yeah.
you know. And again, I don't think it was ever under our control. I really have a very strong faith in God and in universal plan, and this friendship was meant to happen. Because, like, come on, how many people do you have with whom you can just be so raw, so authentic. You can tell truth on their face without being afraid, right? Like we literally trashed the poor woman 2 weeks ago, you know, and she's still here sitting with us. You know, it's,
But again, it comes with, because you really trust not the only person, trust the intention behind it. I feel
again,
because I
we
know she
judge,
can mess up or what, but I know intention has been pure.
even
and
when
clean.
we judge with love, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And like know that when you tell me something, when I'm crossing a line, like okay, Zainab or Widad will not tell this for no reason, that I actually need to correct myself. A lot of friendships actually break because people try to be very honest, and when they do, some people's egos just can't take it. They're like, listen, you're crossing a limit and I cannot take it, because they're not, either the person who is criticizing or judging is not doing it with the good intention, or the person who is on the receiving end is not able to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would like also to add, I think with all the new boundary setting in relationships is really allowing people to cut relationships that they're not ready to put effort on. I think what really brings us back is the genuine effort to really maintain and nurture this relationship and this friendship. And I think this is, if we're going to add to the ingredients, is definitely effort with
Effort in any relationship you want to continue
100%.
with. If you don't
Because
want to,
it's
you'll
easy,
always
yeah.
find excuses
100%.
to let go. I mean,
and there's so many tests that our relationship has really gone through, and we just committed to make it happen. So also we shouldn't be giving ourselves to the emotional part. There was also our mind stick to put the effort and show the commitment of, I'm not letting go on this relationship. And despite being ruthless in the way that you're talking to me and beach me, but no, like seriously, that comes with so much of love and acceptance that I'm not letting. Actually, this is the horse that I'm betting on.
For me as well, like she said, it was a Bali trip, and I mean, people who are my friends and who know me, I'm not the person who can be vulnerable in front of my closest friends and even with my siblings and family. But I think for me, it was a Bali trip, like when I really allowed myself to be that vulnerable, and how beautifully your presence made me really feel comfortable. There was no lecture, there was no advices, just the presence of that comfort that, okay, I can do that, I can be powerless. I don't have to be in my,
armor.
All the time. So yeah. Anyways, there's a lot to talk about more, but because it was working day and some people come late, we started really late, we have to end the podcast.
This is the first time that I arrived on time. I would like to have that recorded.
Let's
on
give the credit
camera.
to her. But these were my soul sisters for you for this podcast, but they are my soul sisters till forever. So thank you so much.
That was
Thank
so
you,
cheesy, but I love it. Wait. Before we close, we have something for you. You're going to Pakistan and you dare to leave us, but it's okay. We have cried over it.
Shall I open it or shall I keep it closed?
You
the
open
planet?
it.
Are you going to do
You
it right
open
in
it.
here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm not aware of
So when
this.
you're
And 1, 2,
drinking the
3.
hot
Oh my,
tea,
thank you.
we have upgraded merch for
This is
anybody.
exactly the sentence they have spoken right now. Wherever you are, you're always home to me. Oh my God, I love that.
Don't cry, we're on the
Thank
camera.
you. No, I will not cry.
I shall not cry.
Maybe off camera, not here.
We love you, Zizi.
We're so
Thank you so
proud
much
of
for
you.
this wonderful initiative. I wish you all the best.
Thank you
And
so
you're
much.
going to be
Thank you.
deeply, deeply missed in this city. But you're always in my heart.
I will
And
keep
you're
coming
always
back
on
to
my
you.
speed dial. Okay?
100%, yes.
I just
know
love
that.
you.
Love you. Thank you.